One of Live's most powerful features is its ability to mix and match audio of various styles and tempos. In this movie, we will take a look at how to mix and remix music in Live. We'll also look briefly at Live's hands-on control and sound design potential. To get the music started, I'm going to launch the top scene, which contains two different stylized loops: a hip-hop loop, heard here, and a house loop, heard here. While Live will automatically synchronize these two loops, I want to point out that the hip-hop loop's original tempo was 95 BPM, and that the house loop was originally at 123 BPM. You can see this by clicking into Clip View's sample display and reading the loop's original tempo here. Notice that the pitch of these clips does not change as I adjust the project tempo. This is one way that Live allows you to easily beat match various styles of music without altering their pitch. On the other hand, you may want the pitch to change so that the loops respond more like a record on a turntable. By changing the clip's warp mode to repitch, Live will change the pitch in relation to the project tempo, just as a turntable or classic sampler would. Let's take a listen how this sounds. Next, let's learn how to blend beats and music using Live's crossfader. At the moment, the crossfader is currently in the center position so that the hip-hop and house loops mix together equally. By moving the crossfader all the way to the right, we hear the house beat gradually replace the hip-hop beat. As you might imagine, dragging the crossfader back to the left will bring the loop back into the speakers. As we keep going left, the house loop eventually fades to silence. This happens because each track has been pre-assigned to one side of the crossfader. If you look below each track, you will see assignments labeled A and B. You can also think of these as left and right. By selecting A or B, you will direct the track's gain or volume to be controlled by Live's crossfader. Tracks with no selection will play all the time. There is no limit to how many tracks you can assign. In other words, Live's crossfader can blend as many tracks as you like. Since nearly every function in Live can be assigned to a MIDI controller, you might have more fun controlling Live's crossfader with an external device. To do this, simply press the MIDI map mode switch found here in Live's control bar, then click on the crossfader. Now turn the physical knob on the external device. You will see a MIDI mapping occur here. Once you turn off MIDI map mode, your MIDI controller will now move Live's crossfader. Notice you can set up these controls while Live is playing. Putting the crossfader to use, I will now play the next scene with the synthesizer melody and then crossfade between the two different beats. As you can see, Live's crossfader is a great tool for DJing. Another DJ-oriented feature is Live's EQ3 device. Drag EQ3 into any track or even the master output channel and then dial in your mix. Like an EQ on a DJ mixer, EQ3 features separate band controls and frequency kills for filtering the low, high, and mids in your music. Notice the H frequency kill switch is dim in this track. This means that the EQ3 is killing all the high frequencies in this house loop. For fun, I will assign these kill switches to letters on my computer keyboard by entering Live's key map mode, like this. Next, I click on the kill switch I would like to control, and then press a letter on my keyboard. I can repeat this as many times as I like, so long as the key is not already assigned. Now listen as I toggle the low frequencies on and off by using my computer keyboard. While both loops continuously play, I can experiment with mixing and matching different frequencies from either loop. For instance, I might use the lows from the house loop, with the mids and highs from the hip-hop. In addition to mix and control options, Live is also powerful when remixing and recycling material. Here I have an unusual sounding loop with both vocals and synthesizer sounds. I like the vocal, but want to remove the synth sound from the loop. Here is where Live's revolutionary clip envelopes come into play. First, I will solo the loop to better see and hear what is going on. Next, I select the clip's volume envelope, here, and then activate Live's draw mode, up here. Now watch as I draw in the shape of this volume I would like to hear. Switching draw mode off, I can edit this envelope like any automation data in Live. Even more exciting is you can use Live's clip envelope to edit pitch, panning, or any effect parameter. To show you a couple of examples, I have previously drawn in a clip envelope for the wet-dry control of Live's resonators device. Once I turn on resonators, you'll be able to see the envelope at work, adding the resonators effect on some of the hits and removing the effect on others. I have also drawn a panning envelope, which you can see in action here on Live's Session Mixer. Here's what the envelope looks like. Yet another possibility is to use Live's clip envelopes to remix a loop, or in this case, scramble a beat. Here, I have drawn an envelope for this hip-hop loop's sample offset setting. Each horizontal grid line represents a 16th note and therefore allows you to jog the sample's start point while you play your loop. The sample offset envelope then reinterprets the clip's playback and creates a variation of the loop, in this case, a reworking of the hip-hop beat. This is the perfect solution for loops that are sounding static or need to be reworked, and a great way of musically rewriting an audio loop. For one last example, I have made a 4-measure harmonic progression from a 1-measure melodic sample. Here's how I did this. Check out the original sample. Now here's the sample with a transpose envelope. I have unlinked the envelope so that it can last for longer than 1 measure, in this case, 4 measures. With clip envelopes, any loop, sample, or even MIDI clip can be extended infinitely. This means you can create as many variations as you can imagine. For more on how to extend the duration of your samples, check out the Live manual section called Unlinking Clip Envelopes from Clips. To wrap this up, there's no better way to hear the power of Live's mix and remix potential than to experience it for yourself. So don't take it from us, go make your mix, and have a lot of fun with Live.
Don't take it from us. Don't take it from me. Try it yourself. Don't take it from us. Don't take it from me. Try it yourself.